Greetings, I'm Arik Korman with arguably one of the best athletes the world has ever seen. Lauren Jackson has been voted the MVP of women's basketball on 3 continents, in Australia, South Korea, and here in the U.S., where she plays center and power forward for the Seattle Storm, who just wrapped up an amazing 17-0 homestand and have the best record in all of the WNBA. They're about to start the playoffs, and it's going to be an exciting time. Lauren Jackson, thanks so much for taking a few moments.
Thank you for having me.
Your career is amazing. You've been doing this now basically all your life. You've been pro, at least here in Seattle, since 2001. After being in the WNBA for 9 years, how do you take your game to the next level? Because it seems like you're having a career year this year. What motivates you to keep driving?
I think just, the love of the game. I think when you love something so much, you're passionate about it and you want to stay at the top of your game. And I think for me, knowing that I'm getting older and everything, every year really counts. So,
do you have a certain routine that you do, or do you change your diet, or do you exercise more?
No. I don't know. I basically just keep the basketball stuff on court, and then, off court I just live. And I think that's the one thing that I have learned to do the best, and it's just removing myself from the game and off-court living.
What is that? What does your off-court life look like?
Basically at home with my family, just happy, just relaxed, and try not to take basketball, away from the gym.
Do you do things like ride horses or take hikes?
I study. I still study, so I think that sort of consumes most of my time. But other than that, probably just music, listen to music, hang out with friends.
And studying, I read somewhere that you were actually working on a degree to become a social worker at some point. Is that still the case?
Yeah, well, I'm doing my degree in gender studies, so it's not necessarily to become a social worker, but I want to do some sort of human aid, whether inequality work. So I don't know how that's going to lead me or where it's going to lead me, but it should be good.
Do you see yourself staying in Australia primarily?
At this stage, yeah, I do. I miss home a lot, especially, I've been away for a long time now, 10 years. And that is one thing that I'm looking forward to when I retire, is to be able to spend more time in Australia.
Well, I would imagine that there, because of playing on the Olympics for 3 different Olympiads and for playing with the Canberra team and winning the championship there so many times, you probably got a very high profile. If you were to become an advocate for domestic violence or gender equality, what sort of platform do you think you would have over there?
I think a pretty good one. I mean, I've got a lot of mentors over there that have helped me in that area, and I think basically just to be a spokesperson for, equality and human aid. I don't know how it's going to work out or how it's going to pan out, but while I'm playing, I'm just going to sort of focus on getting the degree and basketball, and then afterwards, who knows where it'll lead me.
Well, what goes through your mind when you're going through a game? Do you not think of anything except for the shot or all focus on the ball, because you get in sort of a flow sort of situation? Is that what happens, or is there something else that is going through your mind?
I think that we sort of get into a bit of a zone, and that's sort of how I am. I get focused on the game, and if I'm not playing so well, then I think about trying to do something else, like rebound the ball or play defense or something. But you generally don't tend to think of anything else but what's happening at that moment.
How much do you practice? Because I was just watching you take literally, it seemed to be hundreds of shots just now.
Well, I think with the team we're about an hour and a half on court, and then, I probably spend about 20 minutes just each side of that, just shooting.
Is there anything in the league that you would still like to do besides obviously winning a championship for the Seattle Storm this time around?
I think, just winning the championship is pretty much my goal. As long as I'm here, obviously we want to win as much as possible. And I love Seattle. I think just being able to give back to the community, something that special is, is awesome.
What sort of reception have you seen by Seattleites over the years, since 2001 when you first came? Do you feel like a community role model? Do you have a special audience with the mayor? Have you noticed any perks or pull that you have around here?
I think communities definitely embrace us. You can tell at each game how people from Seattle come out and cheer us on, and they're very passionate about it. So I think that that's probably the biggest thing, is just the support that we get. And in terms of being a role model and everything, I feel like the game speaks for itself, and what we do out on the court speaks for itself, and hopefully we can be an inspiration to younger kids.
Well, I know you definitely are to all kinds of people here in the area. I hear wonderful stories about you. What is it like around the world, though? Because you've certainly been playing in Australia for a long time. You played in Russia. You played in South Korea, where I just adopted a baby. I spent some time and love South Korea. How have you seen basketball received in the various countries around the world?
Well, every country has a different fan base, that's for sure. But I think people that are involved in women's basketball are very passionate about it, and that's a good thing. And I mean, I think women in general are just happy that we've got a professional league, professional sport for girls to aspire to. It promotes health, healthy diets, healthy way of living, and then to be role models for kids like that is great. And most women in the world are very supportive of things like this. But then you've got your occasional anti-feminist women who aren't so positive, so we won't go into that though.
Well, with the Olympics, I think you said in an interview once there's 213 countries right now that have Olympic teams, or at least can field a basketball team for the Olympics. So it is literally the second biggest sport in the entire world behind football, soccer. Yeah. Do you see yourself as playing in the 2012 team for Australia? And if so, what would winning a gold medal there mean for you?
I definitely do. I think, representing your country is something so special. And, Australia has just, I love it there. It's who I am, it's my soul. And I think it's just, I'm really excited about it.
What would you like to say to Seattle fans as we enter the playoffs?
Just to keep coming out and supporting us, and thank you very much for the season. It's been awesome, and hopefully we can finish it off the way that we all want it to. So.
Well, if anybody can do it, it would be you. Lauren Jackson with the Seattle Storm, amazing talent. I was watching you shoot, and I've seen you play, and I bow down to you. That's all I can say. I can't do any of that, and your determination is incredible. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.